Thought for the day. Weaknesses are strengths in the wrong environment.
Welcome to 7 Minutes for Yourself. I'm Christina Aina, and I'm so glad you've joined me for what I believe will be 7 of the most enriching minutes of your day. Let's take this time to reconnect with ourselves and improve our well-being.
In today's episode of 7 Minutes for Yourself, we take a look at 3 practical ways to discover our own strengths and weaknesses. Have a listen.
So a question I get asked a lot by different entrepreneurs trying to figure out their path, figure out where they're going to go is, what am I good at? What am I strong at? What am I weak at? And how do I use that to build a successful business? So today I'm going to share with you my 7 tips on how to discover your strengths and weaknesses. Tip number 1 is just think about, what do you have the most fun doing? A lot of times we get too in our head, we're too analytical, we're too data-oriented, we're too process-oriented, and an easy way to step out of it is just think, what do I enjoy doing? What do I have the most fun doing? What do I get lost in? We all have something that we can get lost in, and nowadays there's no stupid answers, because you could turn almost anything into a career. 10 years ago, if you said that you wanted to be a gamer, that wouldn't have worked out. You wouldn't have been able to make money as a professional gamer, but now a lot of professional gamers are making more than our parents made, right? If you're a faker, or if you're double lift, or you're in the League of Legends scene, or the other games as well, like, you're making some money. And that is doable. Another option, if you like hanging out with your friends, if you're a really people-oriented person, that's a strong strength. Like, that may lead you to a career in HR, or a business as a speaker, or business as a coach or consultant with other people. So just think about, before trying to figure out how it's all going to make sense. That's where we always get caught up. Before thinking about how does this turn into a perfect plan for myself, just think about, what can I get lost in? What do I love doing? If I didn't have responsibilities, or the great question, if I had all the money in the world, what would I do with my time? Yes, you're going to travel. Yes, you're going to buy whatever. You're going to buy all this stuff. Great. You still have money left over. You still have time in abundance. What are you going to do? Because you'll get sick of traveling. You'll get sick of buying stuff. You'll need to do something that has a little bit more meaning to your life. I promise you. You're going to be saying, no, that's not true. It's true. It'll happen. So what would you do if you had that kind of money? What would you do with your time? And thinking about that then allows you to think, okay, if I really like those things, from there you can pull out your strengths and weaknesses. So really making a list of the things you can get lost in that you just love doing. Step number 2 is think about what you daydream about. So it may not be what you're doing right now, but when you lie in bed about to pass out, or when you are, in the shower thinking, or when you're walking through nature, going on a hike, or when you're traveling or lying on the beach, or whenever it is that you kind of get hit with some inspiration, what do you daydream about doing? Maybe you're not doing it yet, but you wish you could do it. You have these crazy dreams sometimes that I wish I could be doing that, or people you look up to. When you think about what you daydream about, again, don't make it practical yet. Just write down a list of things that you wish you could be spending your time on, you wish you could be doing. And then I would try to find some small way to actually start doing it, to test, to see if you like it, to see if you're good at it. A lot of times the grass is greener on the other side. A lot of times that thing that you want to do, once you start doing it, is way too much work and not what you thought it was going to be, and you don't want to do it anymore. But sometimes when you do it, it's like, I love this. I want to keep doing it. So you never know until you actually get started. I never thought I'd be a salsa dancer. I never thought I would run a salsa school and invest and buy it. I never thought that was part of my plan. I'm tall, I didn't speak Spanish, I take big steps, I didn't learn the music growing up. There's all on paper, there's all the reasons why it would never work out for me as a salsa dancer. But I loved it, and I went to a class and I wanted to go back, I wanted to do it again, I wanted to do it again. Same thing as YouTube videos. My first videos sucked. They really were bad, but I liked it. I liked the process. I wanted to do it again. I wasn't getting any results. I wasn't getting any comments, no views, no shares, nothing. I just loved it, so I had to do it again and again and again. And so instead of making it some big plan on what you want to do with your life, that can seem overwhelming, that can seem depressing, it's upsetting because you don't have clarity. I would just think about the things that you have some daydreams about, that you wish you could do, and then find some small way to get started. Just hit that little bit of the pyramid. Instead of thinking as this huge project, just like this little thin wedge, this little tiny piece, to test it, to say yes to one thing. You can say yes to going to try rock climbing without having to become a professional rock climber. You could say yes to going on a date with one girl to see how it works out without having to get married to her, right? So say yes, try it. That thing you have in your mind, find some small way to get started, and then you'll see if you enjoy it and if your strengths come out. Tip number 3 is think about what do you do differently than others. You are a strange duck in some respects. You are not exactly like everybody else. You're not the same as all your other friends. You are your own unique little snowflake. And so what is it that you do or the way that you think that is just different than other people? It's an important question to ask because a lot of times you may not see those things as strengths. You may even see those things as weaknesses, that because you're different, you're not good like the other people are at this other thing. But you see the world slightly differently than other people do. And where do you stand out compared to the people around you? And just asking that question will pull out some things that are very interesting. So for me, I'm very mission driven. I'm also very pragmatic. I don't really hang out a lot of times just going for beer and watching movies with friends. A lot of times there's a purpose behind what I do. There's a purpose behind the conversations I have. I don't like dealing with small problems. I want to look behind it to see the bigger cause and go out and solve that big thing. That could be a weakness in some social settings, but it's also a strength for me in that it allows me to build this business, it allows me to build this movement, it allows me to create great content and videos for you guys. And so just asking yourself, what do I do that's different than most people? Again, without thinking about how it's going to apply practically down the road, just what do I do that's different? Or what do I think about in a different way than the people around me? And make a list, and through there you'll be able to find some of what you might have thought were weaknesses but could actually be strengths for your future career.
That concludes today's episode of 7 Minutes for Yourself. Please take a moment to rate and review the show on Apple Podcasts. Today and every day with your kiddo is a gift. Enjoy it. Thanks for tuning in.